The FDA has approved the use of estrogen for osteopenia, which is thinning of your bones. That's an indicated treatment, but we use testosterone replacement as another hormone replacement option for bone building, because testosterone helps to increase the osteoblast activity in terms of building bone. Hello, thank you for staying tuned with us while we discussed bone health all of this month. So today or this week, we are going to be discussing hormone replacement therapy when it comes to bone health. The way bone works, bone is very active and it is constantly remodeling. And when it comes to bone remodeling or bone maintenance or bone infrastructure maintenance, we have two cells that play a key role here. We have the osteoblast, which builds the bones, and we have the osteoclast, which breaks down the bone. And so the best analogy is, a savings bank account. So you have the blast, which builds, so this is deposit into the savings account, and we have the osteoclast, which breaks down, which is spending. And this is where estrogen comes into play. During your premenopausal years, estrogen is kind of like, and excuse this analogy, but it's kind of like the Dave Ramsey, which comes in and tries to slow down the spending. So the estrogen really controls the activity of the osteoclast. These are the cells that are going wild and breaking down the bones, right? So estrogen holds the osteoclast accountable and it slows down the activity. It also shortens their lifespan. And so during premenopause, your bone is free to build more than it's breaking down. Now, once you start going into perimenopause and you have started to decline in estrogen, now there is no one watching over the osteoclast. So like kids who are not being watched, they just go wild. And so now the breakdown process is faster than the building process. So the analogy, the bank account, if you are spending more than you are saving, then your account goes into the negative balance. And the same thing happens with your bones, where now you go into literally negative numbers on your DEXA scan, which we know with the T-score. And so when you have a T-score which is greater than -2.5, now you have what we call osteoporosis, where your bone has been in the deficit for a long time. And so that's why hormone replacement therapy with estrogen during menopause or premenopause becomes so important, because estrogen is now able to come in and really watch over and control the activity of the osteoclast. These are the cells that are going wild and breaking down the bone. So estrogen comes back when you do hormone replacement therapy to slow down the breakdown. And so now you are back to trying to maintain that bone structure that you have. And so estrogen is so important with bone health in menopause and perimenopause. So for a lot of women who unfortunately have developed breast cancer or have survived breast cancer, they are not able to get estrogen replacement, and that's why I saved this video for last. Although estrogen is very important, it's one aspect of the picture. It is very important, but only one aspect. In addition to estrogen, my prior videos, we went over the form of exercise that you need or strength training that you need for building bones. So in my clinic, when women who have been, on, estrogen deprivation therapy from breast cancer come to the clinic with bone issues, we now have to lever those other strategies to help them build bone. And that includes the heavy lifting, a very strong nutrition or food plan or diet-based plan to help them with bone building and also supplementation. So hormone replacement therapy is very important with bone loss treatment, but so are the other things that I discussed. Another hormone that we use in this space for bone strengthening and bone loss is really testosterone. It is not blatantly indicated for osteopenia like estrogen replacement is. The FDA has approved the use of estrogen for osteopenia, which is thinning of your bones. That's an indicated treatment, but we use testosterone replacement as another hormone replacement option for bone building, because testosterone helps to increase the osteoblast activity in terms of building bone, in terms of building muscle, which helps to strengthen your bone and also to help you in terms of falling and, God forbid, having a fracture. So I hope these series were helpful in terms of discussion of bone loss and fractures. But you know, at the core of all of it is really fracture prevention and being able to maintain your independence and mobility as you go through menopause and beyond. So we don't wait till we are 70 to now try to build bone. We start to do so in our 40s, because hopefully you've been able to understand the physiology and the reasons why you are hearing so many people talk about muscle building and strength building and weightlifting and vitamin D and calcium and all those things, and all the focus on bone health when you are younger, so that as you age and you become more mature, we can prevent falls. That's the whole idea, is fall prevention. It is fracture prevention, because once a woman develops a fracture, 50% of them are no longer able to be mobile again. They become bedbound, and that leads to morbidity and mortality. And so that's the end goal that we have in mind. I hope these series have been helpful to you. If they have been, forward this video to a woman you know, so they can start learning about bone health before it is too late. Thank you, and my name is Dr. Odoy. I'm the founder and CEO of Oasis Women's Functional Medicine. We are a boutique practice here in Rochester, New York. Thank you.